What is up, music junkies? Thank you for tuning in today. We have a very special guest with us, Ethan Torrance from Toronto.
What's happening, guys? What's happening?
Dude, how are you? How's everything in Toronto right now?
I'm doing great, except it's freezing cold. I cannot go outside because I'm just not a
Really? How
about to.
cold?
Today, I think it's -4, but with wind, it's like it says it feels like -10.
You
It's pretty cold.
serious? That's horrible. Well, right now it's 58. It's not
What's that?
that bad in
Oh,
Yuma.
what's the translation to Celsius?
58.
Uh,
Shit. I don't fucking
I
I,
don't know. Yeah,
I think it goes up, right? Or is it
yeah,
lower?
it's up. It's a higher number.
If it was 58 degrees here, we'd be like burning to death.
Yeah, well, in Celsius, definitely. You'd be. Yeah, let me see. Let me see.
I don't know. I don't have a problem. I'm in California. I'm in San Diego. Dude, I could go to the beach right now and not have to worry about anything. I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Ice fishing on the beach over here.
I'm
It's not
good.
All right, so
I'm
it's
cool.
basically 14.4 degrees Celsius where I'm at.
That's nice. That's like kind of my ideal temp because I can wear a hoodie and shorts, and I'm good like that.
There you
Dude,
go.
it's so funny when you like I go to like let's say if I were to go to Denver, Colorado, and Denver, Colorado gets pretty cold. I don't think
Mhm.
it's as cold as Toronto, but people are walking with like t-shirts and shorts, and I'm over there with the fucking huge ass jacket because I'm not used to the fucking cold. I can't handle that shit. Anyways, all right. So first question is, how did you get started in rapping? How did you get into it?
It's a great question, man. First time I started rapping, everything. I'm sure you've heard this a lot. Common way through my dad. We'd be driving around. He'd be listening to his old rap records. I'm talking Biggie, Eminem, Jay Z. The '90s shit. And from then on, I just kind of started to realize I love rap music.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I loved to listen to rap and I loved to rap along, but I never thought I'd want to be a rapper. I wanted to act. Even at one point, I thought I could sing, you know? And then just as I got older and started connecting more with the music, I just started to rap and just started to write my own shit. And, here we are today just wanting to be a rapper and just rapping. That's what I do. All from just listening to those old CDs and just starting to write and starting to rap.
Damn. Sorry. So before we go any further, I'm gonna have to ask you, um,
Okay.
who did you enjoy more, Tupac or Biggie, East Coast or
Okay.
West Coast?
East Coast, got a Biggie, 100%.
Oh no, dude. No. I love Biggie. I love Biggie. I love Biggie's music, but I'm a
I mean,
Tupac.
both in my top five,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
Biggie inches out for me. Those two records, like Ready to Die and Life After Death, those are just phenomenal.
yeah, yeah. They're pretty fucking good. So, who would you say is your biggest influence in rap? Was it you say it's Biggie?
I'd say it's a mix of Eminem and Biggie.
Okay.
100%. Eminem was the main, as a kid. That's what really got me into rap music. It'd be like I'd listen to this with my dad, and then I'd go and I'd buy or I'd torrent all the Eminem songs off LimeWire when I'm like 7 years old. And Eminem is the reason, I'd say straight up number one reason why I'm rapping today.
What do you think about TikTok trying to cancel Eminem right now?
Man, I saw that shit.
Th-
I think it's so stupid. There's like a few amount of people that you can try, but they're just not cancelable. And Eminem is definitely in that tier. Like there's nothing he hasn't said or done. People are trying to cancel him for Marshall Mathers LP like 21 years ago,
Yeah.
and people they don't know shit. You can't
So
cancel.
he
No, you're
came out. I don't know if you heard. He came out with a rap about being canceled.
Yeah, tone deaf.
Tone deaf. Yeah,
It was a great video, man. That
dude.
was that's one of my favorite tracks from Side B. It just the intro to that just gets you going, and it was such a. I wonder if it was like timed with that because it really came at the perfect time. Like he was trending for being canceled, and then he makes a song. He releases the song, the video, and it's just like everyone just shut the fuck up.
And I watched that video, and I swear, I wish I was fucking high watching that video. That video is
That's
so fucking trippy.
fantastic. That guy, I actually have I know a lot about Eminem, and I'm an interesting fact about that video. That guy, Randy Chris, I believe his name is, he did a fan made same style video for Godzilla back off side A, and I guess the team saw it and they commissioned him to do this tone deaf video, and it's just fantastic.
Yep.
I don't see anyone else putting that type of effort into a lyric video. Very, very good work.
So how do you start when you're writing a song? How do you first say, hey, okay, this is my next song, and this is how I'm gonna get started?
I usually start writing raw with no beat. I write a couple lines. I have this big note where it's just punchlines. I just write funny lines and just those, hard hitting, the way you want to end the verse on to get everyone thinking, oh shit. And then from there, I just kind of pepper that into however I'm feeling. If I'm watching a movie or I listen to a song that just gets me going, I start to write, and then I kind of just fix that in with the beat that I'm liking that day. And just from there, that's how I'm creating my song.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you start usually with the hook first, or is it like in one spot in particular? You said you just kind of focus on like the punchlines or the witty jokes or things that would grab your listener.
I usually start writing the verse first before any of the choruses and hooks because, for me being like a straight rap guy, it's a lot easier to write a verse than a chorus. And then I go back in, I look on, and I just want to make sure everything sounds good, make sure the flow scheme is nice. So from there, that's when I'm just putting a punchline in, 2 or 3, fixing a word, taking that line out, making it fit better. But definitely starting with the verse because that is I just write and I just keep going until I'm done.
Okay.
So let's talk about 21, which is your latest single.
Yeah.
Tell us how you came up with, most of the lyrics. I know it's pretty easy to tell. 21, but tell us about writing that.
Man, that was a fun song to write because, I just put out Monsoon Season a while back and I've just been kind of chilling, working on my next project. And I just, I literally back in January, I'm like, I'm turning 21 in a month. It's 21 is like an age. I mean, in Canada, it doesn't really matter that much, especially right now. But 21 is the age where, you're fucking shit up, you're making mistakes, all that. And I just wanted to write a song kind of how I was feeling. And I thought that this would be, if I had to choose a song to write about an age, I thought 21 would be good. So I would look back in my beats before because I knew that for 21, I wanted kind of a birthday party beat vibe. I definitely wanted something fun, a little cartoonish. So I went back, looked at all the beats I had that I hasn't used yet. And I found this great one that my friend Sparkwood sent to me probably like 6 or 7 months back that I just, he sends me like a lot of shit and I'm just not always using it right away. And I heard that and I instantly thought that was the perfect beat for this birthday party song. So, I literally just went out. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I sat down at my desk and I just started writing and I finished the whole song in like a half hour.
Goddamn.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's determination.
Yeah, that just came out.
That's awesome. And so on Monsoon Season, what would you say is your favorite song? Because my favorite song was Late Slip.
That one was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a banger for sure. I'd say when I look at my favorite songs, I kind of like to look at it from where I am writing in that energy at that moment. And I definitely got to put Late Slip up there. I got to tell you about Late Slip because I'm glad you guys have been liking that one. Late Slip is, I'd say, favorite song. Late Slip and Monsoon Season are tied. Late Slip has a kind of funny story to it because I started writing Late Slip in like 2018. I wrote the first verse for Late Slip and then I just blanked. I could not write the rest. I knew that first verse was really good, really hard hitting and fun. And I just couldn't write something. I couldn't think of anything that would match that. So I just sat on it. I finished a bunch of other songs. A year later, literally, I'm dropping my girlfriend's parents off at some party, some event, and they're only in there for an hour. So I'm literally just parked outside this house in his Mercedes Benz. I'm just chilling. And I start looking back at my notes and I see that I had Late Slip and I just finished it right there. It was just like, I needed to come back to that just to write that. And I think I did a pretty good job on that song. I love that song. My other favorite has to be Press Release. That's the last one I wrote for the EP. I wrote that probably 2 weeks before the whole thing actually came out. And that's the first beat that I've ever been on from my friend Wise Guy. He's this producer in Portugal. I literally met him on like this forum in the middle of the night. We were just both up talking, and he's like, I'm a producer, I'm a rapper. And that song was really just dedicated to my girlfriend, Jackie. And she loves it. She loves to listen to it. I love what it means for us. And that's one of the reasons why that and Lace Up are my favorite songs.
Awesome. And
It's awesome.
which one do you think hit the most, or hit people the most? Which one do you think people enjoyed the most out of that album?
I gotta say, I think Monsoon Season, the title track, that song, I got so much feedback from that one, specifically for the last bar. When I say, you ain't seen me snap until I grab an axe like Jack and chop up Amy, Lev, Kobe, Jay, and Jax. And that's Jax, my girlfriend, and I just listed my family members that you ain't seen me snap until I just chop them up. And people people are saying, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are you saying that shit for? But that's what I do. That's what I want to do. I just fuck around. I love to have fun. And that definitely, I put my all into that track because that's the title track. You know, the people are gonna, if they're just looking through, they're gonna want to go to that track. And I just had a lot of fun with that one.
Meanwhile, while you talk about chopping up people, you're wearing a Freddie versus Jason shirt. God dang.
So you think like your style is more of that darker type rap, like
It's dark humor
Hobson,
for
like
sure.
Tech Nine, Eminem?
For sure. I definitely, I'm not an idiot. I know we're not in the 90s anymore. I can't just expect to make a bunch of horrorcore songs and blow the fuck up. But I definitely like to pepper that in,
Yeah.
especially against a fun beat that makes you laugh, that makes you like feel shit. And then you know that I have the bars. I'm coming through with that no nonsense, just don't give a fuck attitude. And that's what I want to portray. And that's what I just want to propel to people.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Tyler the Creator. He's, I think, one of the last people to come in with some of that dark shit. I'm not a huge Tyler the Creator fan. He's a great rapper, but he comes in with that dark shit. And I think that was one of the last people that I've personally seen that comes in and was like, hits you with some of that, like, little sprinkles of dark shit.
And I don't know if he's doing that anymore. He's like making music for the Grinch.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea. What do you think? Let's make this the next question. What do you think about this culture now of being so sensitive about every little thing that you say?
I'm telling you, I gotta be careful. Luckily, I have Jackie, my girlfriend, as my executive producer. And if I have a line that I'm a little weary about, I'm gonna run it by her, and she'll tell me straight up, yo, you cannot have that fucking line in there. People are gonna rip you apart. And I just, as a rapper, especially rappers, it's kind of like you can do whatever you want, you can say whatever you want, but you still, there's, just
There's
like
guidelines and morals.
in line. You got to be careful with the shit you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm respecting that. But at the same time, I don't really care. Like, you're going to write what the fuck I'm going to write. And you're going to listen to it or you're not going to listen to it.
Yeah,
That's the best way to look at it, honestly. It's like you're either two people. You're with me or against me. And if you don't like it, fuck you.
I just finished a song for my next project. And I have a line on that. And it goes, try to cancel me, I'll do you one better. Tell you to suck my dick, jump out a window, and write a suicide letter. Like,
damn.
All right. All right. I like that. So tell us about this new project you're working on.
Yeah, so I'm working on my follow-up to Monsoon Season right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be an album or a mixtape at this point, but it's definitely not an EP. I'm going to have a full 15, 20 track project. I'm really excited. And I hope it's going to come out in 2021, but I don't know. I've recorded 3 songs for it now, and I'm still writing. I almost have all my writing done, and I got some features here and there on it, and I'm just excited for it. And it kind of follows Monsoon Season in that dark but fun atmosphere. I don't want to give out too much yet, but it's going to be based off a classic horror movie, like one of the way back classics. And, on Monsoon Season, I do secretly somewhere in there drop the title of the project, but you guys got to find that. I'm not giving that out so easily. Definitely a fun project where I have grown a lot. My lyricism is better, the beats are tighter, the flows are better, and I'm just really excited for people to hear it. 21, that was just a little taste of what I got.
That's awesome.
Okay. So if you could meet yourself 10 years ago, is there anything that you would kind of like change or do a little differently, or advice you'd give yourself? Like, what do you think?
That's a good one. 10 years ago. So 10
10
years ago,
years ago.
11. I'm 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I love myself. You know, I'm confident in myself, but I'd say like chill a little on the food. Just like like a little.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm, but real shit, what I would probably say is drop the acting. Stop trying to make that happen. Stop being in those plays, except, you know, the drama ones like that you did. But don't do any of that outside shit. Just focus on yourself and don't let people push you around. Because, you know, in grade 8, not really high school, but in grade 7 and grade 8, I moved to a new school in grade 7. First day on the school at recess, some kid comes up to me and says, "Oh, you're fatter than the last kid who left."
What
That was
the
the
fuck?
interaction I've ever had with anyone in this fucking school. And you know, that just ain't right. And I was pissed. I was sad as shit, you know? I just moved to this new neighborhood, new school, and this is how I'm being treated. But honestly, I would just go and tell myself, don't worry, keep writing, keep chilling, stick with your friends, and just don't let anyone fucking try to change you.
Exactly. And see, that's kind of the same exact shit I went through. I wish I would have taken, guitar more seriously, because I've been dabbling since I was like 9. So I mean,
So,
totally awesome though. I agree 100% there.
So how is the scene out in Canada? I mean, so my interpretation of Canada, I think of Canada and I think of the nicest people on the planet, right? And then that's not true. Obviously, with your lyrics, I mean,
the Toronto rap scene is dangerous.
oh
You
yeah,
know? There's like people, they're working hard, they're doing shit. But there's a lot of shit that people don't know about Toronto. Like there's a lot of gang violence here. Like straight up, there are rappers getting shot and killed in Toronto. And like Houdini, you know, a couple, I don't know how long it was, a month, definitely like less than a year. Big, you know, up and coming on Toronto rap scene, shot and killed. And for me personally, I feel like I'm doing something like this. There's the Toronto rap scene, and then there's me. You know, everyone tries to follow in the path of Drake and Weeknd and Nav, and trying to go with that R&B melodic kind of auto-tuney sound that is very popular these days.
yeah.
Where I'm trying to go in a very different direction. You know, my brother, he doesn't make music anymore, but you know, he made like a couple tracks, and it's this shit you think that's horrible, you know? It's like the auto-tune, the mumble, that type of stuff. And that's not what I'm trying to do. And I understand that that's the type of shit that's blowing up right now, but I'm just trying to go my different way. And I honestly haven't met anyone else in the Toronto rap scene that is doing what I'm doing.
Staying true to yourself, right?
Exactly. I wonder if I'm gonna.
So you're making more like old school vibe rap, like let's say early 2000s rap.
Yeah.
Maybe not 90s, because 90s is a little there. It's a little different style, but you're like early 2000s.
I always try to, you know, when people ask like, okay, like tell me, like, give me a one sentence about yourself. You know, I have like, I'm bringing that old school lyricism to new school beats, and I'm trying to weave that pattern in the middle and bring a little bit of the new style and bring a little bit of the old style, and, you know, just do that type of shit. And that's what I've been enjoying to do. And that's what I'm going to be continuing to do. I'm not going to, you know, move on to my path and do some different type of style just to get popping. You know, that's not who I'm about. And that's not what I'm ever going to do.
Okay. Well, how many songs do you have in your little black book of unfinished work?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I probably have like, including, you know, songs that I've written, songs that I've like, you know, demoed a little bit, probably have 250 songs in the past 5 years of seriously like writing, even though I didn't start putting music out until last year. Like fuck up, the single off of Monsoon Season, I wrote that in 2016. I wrote that literally after I had people over at the house and I broke my closet door. I fucked up the ceiling and I wrote that right there, and I just fixed it up a little bit, but like I'm still using that. You know, that's still a good song to use, and everyone's been loving that song. I love that song personally. But yeah, I wrote that. And I wonder what else I have, if there's anything else from years back that I'm going to use. I don't know. I don't think so. But there's so much shit that I could look. And even for this new project I'm working on, I probably have 50 songs that I'm starting to write, that I'm starting, you know, I have written, I have beats, and I'm just trying to put the songs together for it.
That's freaking dope. Because yeah, that was my next question. Because I'm pretty sure that's 250 potential songs that could come out in the near future. So that just means that there's always something that you're going to be doing, which is great, especially as an artist. So kudos for that.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
So, who are you doing any collaborations on this new project that you're working on? And if
Yes.
not, I mean, another question to add on to that one: who would your dream collaboration besides like Eminem or someone too big, someone you might be able to do?
Exactly. Let me answer that first one first. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on having features on this project. I got 2 features lined up right now. First feature is from Harlem. We got Yellow Tape. She is honestly, I think she's on the come up. She's one of the best female rappers in the game. I heard her on a fresher track, and I had to get a feature from her. I DM'd her. We became friends since then. Man, she's really working hard in Harlem, and her shit has been really good. She just dropped a new EP a couple weeks ago that I've really been fucking with. And I'm really excited for everyone to hear that. It's just like a raw fucking track.
Yeah.
You think of a rapper from Harlem, she is that. And it's really dope. And the next feature I got, these are just the ones I had set in stone. I have both their verses. Another Toronto rapper, A.O. Gorman. I actually did a show with him right before, I think it was the second last show I did, or before COVID, and I met him there, and we just linked up and started talking, and we got a little club anthem coming that obviously I'm not releasing right now. There's no
club. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, A.L. Gorman and Yellow Tape, they're definitely on the next one. And like a dream feature that's like could be viable. Obviously no one's getting an Eminem feature just from nothing. Man, I've been really fucking with Bobby Sessions. Loving Bobby Sessions. He's really dope. He's been in it for a couple of years. I love Corday and Jack Harlow. Oh, Jack Harlow's really good. I really liked his last project. Some of the stuff is a little repetitive, but there's some bangers in there. And I have to say Big Sean. Big Sean.
Dude, let me tell you about Big Sean. So I'm not one to say I listened to someone before they got big, but I listened to Big Sean and Wiz Khalifa on their first mixtapes, dude. Their first ever mixtapes. That's when I found them. I found them on SoundCloud. And even before SoundCloud was even a thing, I found them on YouTube when they had maybe like 100,000 views on their videos. I'm like, so I'm not one to say, oh, I was the first one. But I was probably one of the first ones. So Big Sean is one of my favorite rappers. I mean,
me and Big Sean on a track together. And that was like me with Chance. I was listening to Chance like not right when 10 Day dropped, but after 10 Day. It was like me and a couple friends in high school, and then Coloring Book.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Sean even before bullshitting.
That's crazy. That's cool.
How'd you find him? What?
How'd you find him?
My friend just introduced me. He was like, hey, I was scrolling through YouTube. He was like high as shit, and he was just scrolling through YouTube, like late at night when you just scroll and scroll. And he's like, I found this guy. You might like him. I was like, all right, cool. And then I heard a song on the related videos was Wiz Khalifa, the OJ and Kush. And just
that's funny.
I used to bump that shit. People were like, "Oh, who is this? And then Wiz Khalifa came out with Black and Yellow, and that's what blew him up. And that's when he got huge. So, what do you think about the rap game now? I mean, you've already talked about in Toronto they're doing that kind of R&B, more mumble-ish, auto-tune kind of shit. What do you think about the rap game now with like that's pretty much all that it is?
Yeah, it's definitely like crazy to see, like it didn't always used to be like this. I remember, when I'm like 10 years old, 10 years ago, it wasn't like this. It was little, but it wasn't, we had Lil Wayne, but like you can't fuck with Lil Wayne. That's king. But now you have 100 people trying to sound like Lil Wayne, and they're just blowing up. And honestly, look, I'm not going to shit on, all these rappers because, they're up there. I'm down here and I'm trying to get to where they are. And I'm going to do that by doing myself. But a lot of tracks I listen to of, a lot of new rappers, I find them hard to get through.
That new song, Young, Dumb, and Drunk, whatever the heck. You hear that one?
I haven't. Who's that by? I haven't heard that one.
It's been blasting on the radio. I don't even want to go forward and say their name.
Sounds stupid, you know. Young, like,
I think Khalid's in it.
I mean, no, that's Khalid is an R&B singer. Khalid is a very good R&B singer. That he focuses on singing. So no, the one you're talking about is an R&B song.
are you talking about R&B?
I don't know.
We're talking about
Probably.
R&B.
It was
I
like-
love R&B. I fucking
still
fuck with
back-
that baby making music.
Just not that one song in particular. It just popped into my brain. My bad. It's for like throwing it out.
No, like Young Thug. I'm not a fan of Young Thug. I can't understand anything he says.
Thank you. I don't see.
That's the point.
I don't get it. How these people can be fucking bumping this like mindless shit.
But here's the thing. I listen to heavy metal. I listen to screamo. I listen to deathcore. And half of the people that listen or that have heard it say I can't understand it. So I'm not really one to talk. But I mean, I seriously cannot understand. Like what the at least when you're listening to metal and shit, like you can interpret some words. And they are saying words, but I don't believe that most of these mumble rappers are saying any words.
I don't understand. I don't get the appeal. I can't like listen to a full song without getting like bored. Like,
Well, you know what the appeal is? It's the beat.
I know. It's so weird. Because the beats are great, but it's 50-50.
Yeah, it has to be.
Just go listen to fucking instrumentals.
Yeah. So how do you pick out your beats?
Ooh, that's a good question. I love to pick up my beats. I love to just like whenever I get a new beat pack from, you know, one of my guys, I like to just listen fully. But sometimes I'm not in that right mindset or I'm not looking at that song for something I'm doing right now, but I always keep them. And I know I'll hear a good beat or something that goes with like lyrics I've written down. And when I just like rap over it, you know, I'm pretty good. Because obviously when you're writing raw lyrics down, it's not to a beat, it's not going to flow properly, but I'm pretty good with like fixing it and trying to get it into where it needs to sound like. And when I
Sounds
hear
great up to the first 8 bars, and then after that, it's like shit.
it goes all over the place. So you can't fix yourself. But like when you hear a good beat, for me, I know that I'm going to want to use that. When I hear a great beat, I start writing before I've even said I want the beat, and I just fucking hope that they still, you know, that can be mine.
So who usually sends you beats? Have you ever made your own? Have you ever produced your own?
Okay. So I have tried. If I could make the way I hear the beats, oh my God. But I've tried to make one beat. Can I play it right now?
Play it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, play it.
It's good. I made it on GarageBand. I tried. And then when it gets to like the end, look, you'll hear it. It's weird. It's random. I don't know. Fuck it. It's so weird. It's so stupid. That's the beat.
How long did it take you?
It took like 4 fucking hours to do this.
And it's crazy because you go to a producer and they're like, "Oh, I made this in like 30 minutes." Like, what the fuck? What?
I've tried to use Arcade. I swear to God, I've been subscribed to Arcade for a year, $10 a month, and I'm gonna do it this week, and I need to get on that.
Can you play any instruments?
No, I used to play French horn in grade 8.
It's like riding a bike.
You know what Jake plays besides guitar is the skin flute. He plays a mean skin flute.
You
Couple of times.
Do you know what a skin flute is?
I know
Oh
what
my
I
God. Oh my God. Mario.
A skin flute, bro. Come on.
Put your lips against some kind of skin phallic shaped object.
Oh god.
It's Mario's dream. You know, he likes to talk about it all the time. You know, it just mental images.
I think about it every night, bro. I think about it every night. So, you know, where do you want to see your career going? I know everyone wants to blow up, everyone wants to get rich, everyone wants to make music for a living, but to be like completely honest with yourself, where do you want to see yourself in, let's say, 5 years?
5 years, I want to see myself obviously having some hits. I want to be able to go, to out for dinner, and one person comes up to me, not five, not 10, but one person. One person asks for a selfie, and I just wanna, I wanna like be able to just be, scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, and just see, an article about me, or just randomly walk into a fucking Walmart and they're playing one of my tracks. Just like one thing. I definitely just want us, obviously it's crazy, and especially in this day, you don't know how it's gonna happen. You could have one song that takes you to the top and you stay there, or you could just keep putting out songs and you get a base, you get fans, but it just, stays there.
Steady, yeah.
I want to be in that middle in 5 years. I think I can see myself in that middle. I can definitely get in there, with the output of songs, fun videos, and just, fun shit like this where we're just talking, having fun. People watch the show, people are gonna, listen to my music, and it's just a process. But I think I can get to that one person in a restaurant saying, yeah, Ethan Torrance, right? That's great.
That's fair though. Honestly, 100%. That's fair, man.
How do you plan on marketing yourself to get to that point? Like, what's your plan?
I want to get my songs more on playlists. That's like a huge thing to do. In the 90s and 2000s, it was radio. Now it's playlisting. And another thing that I think I've been doing good so far is just fun videos. I want people just to see me having fun, so they have fun, and just catchy shit that, make a TikTok trend, make a fucking dance, do your day with me. But I'm telling you, I think that, I'm going to put a song out, like, hopefully. And I feel like one song, I don't know what song, but I think I like have that thing, like one song's going to go out and it's going to blow up. And then it's going to get me kind of into where there's the journey. It's going to get me, 10 steps up. And then I got to keep going the steps. I got to keep working. But I feel like it's going to happen like that. I hope so,
So, we had a rapper, Lex Bratcher. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's honestly one of the hardest female rappers I've ever heard. And I don't even want to say a female rapper. One of the hardest rappers I've ever heard.
She gives me goosebumps.
She's so fucking good. And one of the things she's doing is, she's stitching on TikTok with people that are making beats. So she writes, a full fucking like verse and promotes it, and she's getting so much traction on those hits. And I'll send you some later. Please. But look her up, Lex Bratcher.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her up.
She was on our show, probably it was season 2 already, so it was probably like season 2 episode like 3 or 4, something like that. You really need to listen to her. She goes hard.
I should do that Stitch TikTok thing.
Yeah. So it's just a DJ playing a beat that he made or something, or producer playing a beat that he made, and he's like, rappers rap to this, and you stitch it, and then you're side by side and you're just rapping to it. Yeah, good way.
Check that out.
Yeah. So besides you being like at a good level, do you want to pretty much write songs for other people? Do you think you ever see yourself like, writing for other people as a form of income?
I've actually kind of been doing that a little bit. I made a little indie label myself, Crimson Reaper Records, and
all right,
just helping out. I have this singer. She's a friend of mine for a while, kind of family friend, and we are working on a track together. And I'm like writing. I'm gonna write for her too. And I'm going to help her with her EP, and I'm going to help her get songs out, because, even before the rap, kind of my, like you say, oh, give me 3 things you're good at. One of them was always writing for me. I love to write, whether that I'm writing scripts on my free time, I'm writing songs, I'm writing stories. And I've always just felt, like I could totally write songs for a pop artist, or, like Lil Yachty. I've seen that he's writing for a bunch of people. And I think that's dope, writing is a good way. And I definitely, see myself could totally be doing that.
So how much would you charge for something like that if you were to do that professionally, like you're saying?
I think probably like in a, like as it goes.
Just a ballpark estimate.
Maybe it's like 1,000 to start, in a little bit, start like a K for that. As it, if I have like a track, a good song attached to my name, a lot Black Bear. Black Bear writes songs for everyone.
Yeah, he just wrote one for Maroon 5 and Megan Thee Stallion. But
I
he
saw that.
wrote Boyfriend for Justin Bieber.
It's like, yeah, he has songs. Like, he kind of has a good fan base.
Oh,
Like, he's not.
he blew up, dude. That's another one, and I'm not gonna say I listened to before he got big, but I listened to him. He's my favorite, all-time favorite. I've seen him 4 times in Hollywood, in Santa Ana. I've seen him in San Diego twice. He's my favorite.
He's a fun guy to listen to. You know, like Jackie and I were driving. We got Black Bear, at least 5 Black Bear songs in our playlist.
And he wrote that Justin Bieber song, but he's was in a band. He was in a rock band, screamo band back in the day before he started.
You would have never thought.
And shit. And yeah, you know, he's like, I'm sure he's making fat fucking stacks from writing more than like, or similar to what his own music has done.
He made $1 million off of that Boyfriend.
Oh fuck,
1 million. He even said it. He said it in a song. I don't know if you ever heard "I'm God" from Black Bear. He's like he did like a freestyle type rap, and he talks about he's like Justin Bieber made me $1 million.
Man, that's nuts. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Writing big.
So I looked up. There's this singer I listen to called Somo. He writes more than he makes music, and his net worth is $8 million, and his fan base isn't that big. So his net worth, his biggest chunk of his net worth comes from the writing.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's fucking amazing.
Easier, you know, like you writing a song and selling it to someone. You know, that's like, yeah, if you could write a good song, like, and get it to someone, that's a little easier than getting your own track to be blown the fuck up.
And since you already have the talent, you already have the writing talent, and you know we're not telling you to start writing music for someone. We're just saying.
Yeah, so many things anyway.
So, how has COVID impacted your music?
A little
both.
In the middle. Look, let's like go straight to the COVID. You know, back of February 2020, I had fucking shows lined up like crazy all around Toronto, Mississauga. Canceled. Haven't done a show since. I miss it so much. And I also, was going to put out Monsoon Season in May of 2020. I had to delay it. Luckily for me, like this is pretty crazy. In February last year for my birthday, like late February, I went on a trip to Dominican. I come back, done. Everything's done. It's canceled. We're done. I couldn't even go to the studio to finish because it's right in the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, it was completely locked down.
Well, everything was like you're staying in your house. And like the fear level was up there, at the beginning. Remember how scared everyone was?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just, couldn't finish, had to push that back. But of course, with COVID being, in the house more, just being more free time, it's inspired me a lot to write a lot more. And, thanks COVID, I've written a lot of songs, I got some COVID references here and there, but just like everyone else. But it's just pretty crazy to just sit for a year, like pretty much in isolation other than my girlfriend and, like going, to see my parents. But you just got to write. You just got to be creative and you got to write. You can't fucking like do shit. You can't like kill yourself.
Since COVID, I think for me personally, like on like a personal, interpersonal, professional level, it's been the best thing for me, So, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people can't like deal with being on their own and doing their own thing, but this has been quite a ride for me, man. And I'm learning more every day. And especially, from you, especially with how you write and, your message and everything. I love 2021 and I think it's been a fantastic year. And I don't know if things are ever go back to normal, which they probably won't.
Never. It's terrible, but it's never going to go back to how it was. It's not going to happen. And everyone knows it. Like, yeah, sure. 2025, it'll be normal.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be used to a new normal.
I do want to talk to you about COVID though. If you want to, like, if you mind, I pick your brain. So all right. So you're familiar with the vaccination shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, you get it. You get both of them. You're supposed to be good, right? And so that way you're not supposed to get it. But technically, and this is just my logic, if you get the vaccine, that means it only protects you from getting sick from the virus, but you can still have it, carry it, and transmit
Yeah,
it, correct?
yeah, that's 100%.
Like not hurt.
No, no. But the COVID vaccine is not for you to not get it. You will still get sick from COVID. It's just less lethal. So you're pretty much, it's like the flu vaccine. You'll still get the flu. You just won't die from it.
Okay.
So the COVID vaccine is not 100% going to prevent you from getting COVID. You're going to get COVID. Everyone's going to, my assumption or my opinion, everyone's going to get COVID. Everyone's going to get COVID at least once in their life. You might have already gotten it before 2020 because it was the COVID was already around, but you just, didn't know what it was. You thought it was a flu or something. But COVID is going around to everyone. The vaccine is only going to stop you from dying from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just my question because I was having a discussion with someone previously on this, and they're like, "Oh no, yeah, if you get the shot, then you won't pass it to someone else." I'm like,
No, you'll
there
still
is no
carry
logic in that whatsoever.
So you still have to 6 feet, mask, and all that bullshit that probably doesn't even work.
What the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, I did not. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is our whole life. We're just gonna, we might get COVID, we might not.
Yeah, well, it's like the flu. The vaccine is gonna be like the flu shot once a year. This is my opinion. This is what I'm thinking. It's gonna be like the flu shot once a year, and so you don't die from fucking the flu or COVID.
Nutty.
It's crazy.
It's just fucking protecting yourself.
It's crazy,
Wow.
but so they give you the rule 6 feet, right? So you're at a grocery store. You're in line.
Or 2 meters since he's doing Celsius up there.
Yeah.
Just
so
kidding.
you're doing 6 feet. So you're standing in line. So you have one person right there and the other person by the register. All right. So this person's right here is breathing out germs and everything. Even with the mask, there's still germs coming out. So they leave and you go and stand in the same spot that they were standing in the bubble and the cloud of their germs. If they have it, you're pretty much already breathing it in. It's going in your eyes, it's going in your,
Yeah.
So
well, think of it like this: if you can smell something foul and gross through the mask, that's bacteria that you're smelling. It's not a gas; it's bacteria. So that's why you can smell it. So I mean, yeah, it's not 100%.
Man, just yesterday I was at the grocery store, and this old lady, like, she's like fucked up, she had a mask on her neck, fucking going around like that. I was like, just trying to get me some Parmesan cheese, bitch, back up. Like, old lady, put your fucking mask on.
So Texas lifted their mandate of wearing masks. So you could go to Texas, you could walk around in Texas without a mask.
Fucked.
And I work for a Texas company, right? My boss is Texan. Like everyone is Texan. So they're like super, red Republican.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's an issue, but I'm saying is he said, I hate wearing masks. I don't believe in masks. I don't want to fucking wear one. I'm like,
Do it.
It's why?
Exactly. Why you gotta like fuck shit up for other people? Like just I got a cool.
Same thing with when they recreationally legalized marijuana in some states. Which, hooray, Arizona finally got it done this year.
I know. Is it recreational?
It is recreational.
Is it
You can
over
grow
there
up to
in
6
Canada? Is it legal?
Yeah, we've been 2 years. We have weed shops on every corner. It's crazy. It's
For recreational or medicinal?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's insane here. You can get weed anywhere.
Yeah, just like San Diego. I call my Speedy Weedy delivery.
Speedy Weedy.
Speedy Weedy. They deliver whenever I want.
Speedy Weedy. That's a funny name.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I could start like a business down here where I'm at, because I don't think there's anywhere like that yet for like delivery.
I
would love to.
There's super bad restrictions in Arizona.
Yeah, I know. That's why there's got to be some kind of loophole. And if you're a listener, don't you fucking take my idea, damn it.
I'll develop the app for you. We'll make it this whole thing, and then Ethan will do the jingle for our commercial.
We'll make the weed
down as hell.
So, can you freestyle?
I can.
I'm not asking you to freestyle because I don't have a beat that I could play you, but you could freestyle. Like,
I mean, freestyling. When I get some beats, sometimes I just drive in my car and I freestyle, and I don't know if it's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad, but you just got freestyle. It's different than writing. You know, it's like a talent that you got to keep doing.
yeah.
It's like you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And I believe in that. You know, I try to freestyle at least like once a day, just for like a few minutes, try to see what's going on. Just see what you're inspired by and just keep that. It's like, can you flow properly? Can you rhyme properly? And can you tell a story consistently? But my favorite type of freestyles to do are battles. Man, I would like pre-COVID, I'd be like at parties, fucking just destroying this random kid who just said, "Hey, you like to rap, buddy?" Oh, I remember like 2016, you know, one Halloween party, I just destroyed this kid, and it's so much fun rap battling. When I rap out, it's like no fucking holds, and it's just so much fun to watch someone get hurt by what you're saying.
It's so epic. It's like beer pong.
I love breaking people's hearts, breaking people's egos, and just shattering their hopes and dreams.
When you talk is way different than when you rap. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna say this shit, but I don't give a fuck about you when I'm rapping. That's kind of my mindset.
You ain't shit when I'm rapping.
Fuck. If you're in my path, you better get out. Like, you know, shit's coming.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't freestyle. I started rapping recently, and I'm working on music, but I cannot.
He was supposed to record it today. I was gonna be his producer.
Anyways, I'm you know, I like to sit down and write. You know, listen to the music and just flow with it. But I cannot sit there and just off the top of my head. I'm not that smart. I'm not. My brain is not that fast. So that's awesome. So that's pretty much all I have. Jake, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
Do you have any special formulas for your writing method that you'd be willing to impart on others? You know, what works for you may not work for everyone else. We know. But since we're picking your brain, what would you say?
I love to rap. Like, I love to write something down right after I watched a movie.
Okay.
That has worked for me. That's like, I do that. Whenever I watch a movie, I've been, like, real quick, backstory, since even pre-COVID, like 2020, I was like, okay, New Year's Day, I'm just going to write down every new movie I watch and rate it. And so, you know, obviously when COVID came around, you can imagine what I did, watch like 3 movies a day. And I've just been doing that. You know, I don't see myself ever not tracking what movie I'm watching. But like, depending on what movie you're watching, you know, you watch an action movie, you watch a horror movie, you watch a comedy, that's going to rub off on you. You know, the energy that they're giving off, you're going to feel that. And that is honestly one of my favorite times to write, because you're just inspired by whatever you're writing. You're watching a fucking Marvel movie, and then you go write, that shit's going to come out like you're a fucking superhero. So I would definitely suggest go watch a movie, any movie, and just write for a half hour. When you're done, see what comes out. I love to do that. It's so much fun, and it really hits you. You know, it's really
awesome.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Ethan. I definitely appreciate you answering that question for me in particular. So now, if you have anything you'd like our listeners to hear, or, you know, some of yours that might be listening and tuning into our podcast, now's your time, my man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so just keep on streaming 21, guys. You know, Apple Music, Spotify, I don't got to tell you. Wherever you get your music from, you know it's up there. Also, the YouTube video is out. I had a lot of fun with that music video, you know. Real quarantine shoot in my house. Me and my girlfriend, a couple of our friends. We just put together this fun video for you guys, and I promise, you know, I got a lot coming. Stay tuned with me, guys, up to date. You can catch me on Instagram at Ethan.Torrance, and that's where I'm just posting all my shit. You know, if there's a song coming out, you'll hear about it there. Just keep up with me, guys. I like to do fun things. I'm a fun guy, you know?
Awesome, man. All right. Well, you know, we really appreciate you coming on the show. It was a lot of fun.
Great time with you guys. This is a great conversation. I'm excited for everyone to see this. You know,
awesome. That's great, dude. Thank you again.
Yep. Music Junkies. So that was Ethan Torrance. He was a lot of fun. He's got a lot going for him. 250 potential songs about to be released in the future and or sold to people.
Yeah, it was a great time. He's a great rapper, and you know he fits like a niche. You know, like the old school vibes with the new school beats, like he was saying. I like old school rap, way more than new school, as I've pretty made it like obviously clear on the show. But I think has a lot going for him. I think he's a great rapper, and I think he's gonna do good. Fun guy too.
Yeah, really fun guy, and more importantly, dude's honest. He's obviously stayed true to himself in his entire music career, and for an artist to do that, I think that's good. I'm sure they'll adapt and change over time because, I mean, there are certain trends that you must follow because shit goes a certain way.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, well, like you said, he's doing the old school rap. He's gonna stay true to the old school rap, but with the ever changing trends in the beats. Look at, like, let's say 2005, the beats weren't very electronic, and then let's say 2010, everything got electronic, like synthesizers and shit. So you gotta follow the trends. Always gotta follow the trends.
Like that R&B artist, The Weeknd, like he was like 80s sounding fucking beats.
Oh yeah. The Weeknd, I swear, I think he has the most Michael Jackson voice.
He does.
And I love it. I love Michael Jackson music. I'm a Michael Jackson fan.
Well, not just that, but his entire discography on his music, his albums. And as an artist to put together something like that, I think there's a lot more value in something that kind of has a story and its own like idea within the ideas itself.
Yeah.
It's fucking deep and profound.
Well,
but anyway,
the one that makes the deepest music and the deepest meanings and the deepest like stories, I think, in my opinion, is Kid Cudi.
Okay.
You need to listen to Man on the Moon, all his albums. Like, Man on the Moon 2, I think, was the weirdest fucking album. If you listen to that album, you gotta listen to it high so you could understand it. He wrote that shit high 100% of the fucking album. So, anyways, Kid Cudi.
Alrighty. And as usual, don't forget to stop into our store online, look at our merch and see if there's anything you might want to help us out with. So your support, and you'll get a shout out on the next show. So again, much love from Mario and I. You guys stay easy, music junkies.